the other 7 habits, or I should say today's habits surrounds all the other habits in the 7 habits paradigm because it's the one that makes all the other habits possible. So I'm excited to be revealing the 7th habit today. Welcome. My name is McAdams and I'm an author. I'm also an accounting professor and a certified life coach. I specialize in personal and small business finance and also fitness. I help people reach their goals. And how I do that? Well, one way is now. This is welcome to your live Transform Yourself in 15 minutes. This is where we're doing 5-minute exercises, one each for the mind, the body, and the soul. And on today's mind segment, we are discussing the 7 habits of highly effective people. And this is a book written by Dr. Covey. And I hope you've been enjoying the discussion because today we're going to reveal the 7th and final habit. Are you ready for it? Well, that habit is, without further ado, that habit is sharpen the saw. Yes, sharpen the saw is the 7th habit. Well, what is sharpening the saw? What does that mean? Well, that's actually preserving and enhancing your most important assets. That's you. Okay, you're your most important assets. So it's about renewing yourself in all the 4 dimensions. We have the physical dimension, we have the spiritual dimension, we have the emotional dimension or the mental dimension, and then we also have the social dimension. So those are the 4 natures that we're going to be sharpening our saw. Okay, so we're talking about you, your most important assets, your most important asset, I should say. All right, so I want you to imagine that there's a man that's cutting down, trying to saw down a tree, okay, with a hand saw. Okay, now one of these electronic things, or gas powered things. This is a manual saw, okay, back in the olden days. So imagine that a guy is cutting down, trying to cut down the tree. So after hours of being at this, this task of sawing down the tree, his neighbor finally comes up to him and says, man, you'd be more effective if you were to sharpen that saw. And the guy responds back, well, I don't have enough time to sharpen the saw. Now, you may laugh at this story, but we do this all the time. We don't have time to eat right or to exercise just 30 minutes a day for just 3 days a week. We don't have time to practice meditation or, to be in deep thought or to pray. We don't make time just to read 15 minutes of a book just to stimulate our mind. We don't make the time because we don't have the time for that, right? And then we have the audacity to ask for tips and tricks that's going to make us effective. Okay, our health is deteriorated, our mental capacity is pretty much stagnant, but we're asking for tips and tricks to help us be more effective. That's like asking your engineer and telling him, you know what, just forget about the foundation. Just give me those little magic bricks so I can just float off into the air, right? It's absurd, right? Well, that's what we're talking about. The 7th habit is about sharpening the saw, and it's about addressing yourself, okay, all those 4, the 4 dimensions of your nature. Again, that's the physical, the spiritual, the mental, and also your social. And that's what we're talking about, all right? So sharpen your saw. That is the 7th habit. Now, in sharpening the saw, this requires an ongoing cycle of learning, committing, and doing, okay? Learning, commit, and do. Learn, commit, and do. So what we're talking about in your physical area, learn something in your physical, something about your physical, okay? Learn about, what it is, go internal to see what it is that your body needs in order to make it effective. Like, is it your health? Is it something that you need to do as far as reducing your stress, okay? Learn, commit, and then do it. And for each of those areas, your spirituality, same thing. Learn what makes the core of you. What is the essence of you? Learn, commit, and do. Your mental, okay, your mental capacity. Once we leave school, our mind becomes stagnant. We don't learn. Well, if we're not learning, we're dying, right? Or if we're not living, we're dying. We don't stand still in this life. We're always constantly moving forward or you're moving backwards. Okay, so with your mental capacity, learn something, commit and then do it. Decide to read 15 minutes a day, 15 pages a day. That's not a lot, okay? And then for your social, same thing. The social actually incorporates habits 4, 5, and 6. This is where we're talking about those interdependence, where we're working with others, okay? Learn how to work with others, commit, and then do it. And this is an ongoing cycle. And that is your 7th habit, which is sharpen the saw. Now, for your challenge. Your challenge is to actually sit down and just think about those 4 areas. And again, those 4 areas we're talking about is your physical, your spiritual, your mental / social, I should say. And then also, what did I forget? Oh, I said mental, emotional, and then your social. So let me do those again. So you have your physical, you have your spiritual, you have your mental, and then you have your social / emotional. Okay, so those are the areas I want you to think about And then I want you to commit to sharpen the saw in each of those areas. Okay, commit to it, learn it, commit, and then do. All right, so that's your lesson for today, and I hope this was very insightful for you, because again, you are your most important asset, and you really need to take the time to think about you. And again, it's all about that inside out approach. It's not about these quick fixes. And we're wondering why we learn about these fad diets, or we're seeing what's working here. We hear about a friend that this worked for her or him, and then we try to do it. We wonder why it's not working for us. It's because we need to learn who we are first. We need to sharpen our saw. Take that time to do that, and you're going to find that you're more effective. Now, on tomorrow's live, what we're going to do is we're going to recap all the 7 habits again, just in case you missed them, or you missed the assignments. We're just going to recap all the 7 habits again, and then we're also going to be revealing the next book that we're going to be reading. Okay, so make sure that you tune in tomorrow for that. Yeah, right. So we're now going to move on to the second and third portions. Let me grab me some water here. Second and third portions or segments of this live, where we're going to be doing a practice of yoga and then also meditation. So remember, in this Transfer Your Life in 15 minutes, what we're doing is we're just doing 5-minute exercises, one each for the mind, body, and soul. For the mind, it's usually a stimulating conversation over a book, and we've gone over several books so far. And if you've missed any of these recordings, guys, remember they're all located on my YouTube channel. All you have to do is go to YouTube and then just search for me at Pia McAdams, and you'll be able to see all my videos. There's like tons of them out there, okay? But particularly the ones on this Transfer Your Live for the 7 habits, and all the ones I've done in the past before. How are you guys doing? I want to thank you for taking the time to watch this live, and also the recording to help stimulate yourself. And by the way, by you watching this live, you're actually sharpening your saw, because again, you're working on your most important asset, which is with you. And I really appreciate you taking me along with your journey. So now we're going to move on to the yoga, and for the yoga portion, let's go ahead and start off in tabletop. So that's when you're on your hands and your knees. You want to make sure your fingers are spread out nice and wide. Make sure that your palms are directly underneath your shoulders. And then you want to make sure that your knees are directly underneath your hips, okay? So you have a neutral spine. And we're just going to stay here for a bit and just kind of move around and go into our mind-body connection. Speaking of this, I like to always remind you, because remember, repetition is the mother of learning. When we're talking about yoga and we're talking about meditation, these are 2 areas right here. One, you're taking the time to work on your body, and you're also taking the time to work on your mind. So if you think about it, when we talked about those 4 dimensions, we're actually working on 3 of the 4 just right here in this Transfer Your Life in 15 minutes. Okay, so working 3 of the 4. The only one that we're not really working on is the social one. Is because we're doing this by ourselves, but that's okay, because you're doing this for yourself, so that when you go out into the world, today is Friday, happy Friday. So when you go out to your day Friday, you're going to be interacting with other people, and that's going to encompass the social. But right now, we're working on ourselves. We're working on 3 of the 4 parts right now. Okay, so with that being said, yoga and the meditation is a practice, so it's not enough for you just to sit there and watch me. I want you, and I invite you to join me in this. And particularly when we start off with the yoga, we get into the inside out approach, because we're going internally and we're doing that mind-body connection. Okay, so with yoga, we're starting to work on our breath. We're doing the ujjayi breathing. Again, ujjayi breathing is a full diaphragmatic breathing, where as you inhale through your nose, your belly expands outward, your chest goes up as the diaphragm moves its way up to the chest cavity. Your lungs fill with oxygen, which is going to make your chest rise. And then as you exhale, you're blowing it out through your mouth. Your chest is going to collapse, the diaphragm is going to return back to its original position, and your belly is going to go in. Okay, so as you're going through your breath, inhaling deeply through your nose, exhaling through your mouth, when we're going through yoga, you're going internally, you're seeing what's going on inside of you. What do you feel like in this present day, this present moment, not present day, this present moment in time? What does your body feel like? If there's any strain, is there any tension, any stress, any negativity, any joint pains, or, stiffness or whatever, figure out what's going on with you right now. Not yesterday, not 2 minutes from now, right now. So you're constantly doing that, and you're using your breath. As we're going through the poses, just a little hint here. As we're getting into the poses, on the inhale, you just kind of hold your position. And as you exhale is when you release and you surrender into the pose. Okay, and then you're also going internally. You're surrendering, releasing the tension, the stress, and the things that we talked about a little earlier. I like to do sort of like a flow in my yoga. Okay, sort of like a vinyasa flow, where we're just flowing through the movements. And so you'll see that throughout. And then when we get on to the meditation, which immediately follows the yoga, then that's when we actually start to quiet our mind. Okay, in order to quiet our mind, we get rid of all those thoughts. And you say, oh my God, Pia, that's almost impossible. It seems like it right now because you're new, or maybe you're beginning practicing yoga meditation, or you've not been practicing for a while. And even if you've been practicing for a while, sometimes we're just going to have those thoughts that linger on in our mind. But the thing is, what we're doing in this particular type of meditation is we're focusing on our breath. And by just focusing on your breath, that's going to help quiet the mind. The thoughts will be there, okay? It's normal, okay? It's the sign of a healthy living brain, so it's normal. But what you want to do is you just kind of want to let them flow around. Just imagine like it's like clouds in the wind, just flowing by, and you just kind of like push them aside. Matter of fact, just, like the pushing aside is not even the hand motion. It's more of a like, just let it go by, but you're still focusing on your breath, okay? And then after a while, you'll see that they just kind of just dissipate. And then all of a sudden you're in the quietness. And it's only when you start thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm doing it, then they start to come back again, okay? So just, just relax and just be patient with yourself, non-judgmental, but very, very important, just be patient with yourself and don't get upset with your practice of both yoga and also the meditation. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. If you forgot, we're on our hands and knees up. I just lost my music. Oh, great. That's just great. We're on our hands and knees, and hold a second here. We're on our hands and knees, and we're going to be in tabletop. So make sure your palms directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips, and we're going to get started in a moment. There we go. So remember, your fingers are spread out nice and wide, making sure those palms are directly underneath your shoulders. Your knees are directly underneath your hips, just like a flat neutral back. Just kind of sway your hips side to side. Remember, take a nice deep breath, inhaling deeply through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Going internally, see what's going on. Kind of do what feels good to you. Maybe take the chin from side to side, looking over each of those shoulders. Drop your chin down to your chest and round it from shoulders to the shoulder. And then go ahead and return back to neutral spine. Go ahead and set your intention for this next 5 minutes of practicing yoga. And then I want you to draw your breath in as you take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, I want you to drop your chin down to your chest, round through the spine, and tuck your pelvic under. As you inhale, your head and chest comes forward. Press those armpits down toward the mat. As you exhale, round through the spine, tuck your tailbone under. Continue through this cat-cow motion as you're warming up your spine, warming up the core. Just going internal again, that inside-out approach to see what's going on with you. Should feel really good here in the morning. Remember, just take your time and use your breath. Draw the breath in one more time. And this time as you exhale, I want you to curl those toes under, and I want you to take it to downward facing dog. And start the pedal. Now, your fingers and your toes are spread out wide. Your middle fingers are facing to the front. Your thumbs are facing inward. Your hand is in alignment with your bicep. You're pressing your chest toward your thighs and your knees. Let's come up on the top of our toes. And then roll down to the balls of the feet all the way down toward the heels. Trying to press those heels down to the mat if you can. Don't worry about if you can't. Let's do it again. Come up on the top of the toes. And then roll down through the balls of the feet all the way down to the heels, trying to press them down. One more time, come up on top of our toes. This time we're going to lean over toward the left and draw that left knee in. And we're going to press the chest toward the right thigh and knees. Nice stretch here. Then let's go ahead and return back to the center and then take it all the way down. Come up on our fingertips and let's walk our fingertips all the way to our toes. And then slowly round it up. Taking it one vertebrae at a time. Making sure that your head is the last to rise. All right, let's go ahead and come to Tadasana, mountain pose. Make sure your toes are firmly grounded to the floor. Remember, we have that root that's going from the bottom of our feet all the way down through the floor to Middle Earth. We have a nice cord extending from the top of our head all the way up to the ceiling. Your shoulders are drawn down and back, and the head is a natural extension of the spine. Deep breath here. And exhale. On your next inhalation, let's take the arms up overhead and then dive the body forward. Look up halfway. Flatten out the back, tailbone sticks out toward the back of the room. Forward fold into Uttanasana as you inchworm your way out to the plank. And then take the fingertips back toward the toes. Inhale, take it all the way up. Dive the body forward as you exhale. Uttanasana. Inchworm out to the plank. Take it back. Uttanasana. Inhale, take it all the way up. And arch back for me. Exhale, dive the body forward. Look up halfway. Uttanasana. Inchworm. Hold the plank. Release your knee, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to upward facing dog. Curl those toes under. Exhale to downward facing dog and start to pedal the legs. Let's go ahead and sway the hips side to side. Return back to the center and then come up on the top of your toes. And then roll down to the balls of your feet all the way down toward the heels. Again, come up on the top of your toes. And roll down all the way down to the balls of your feet all the way down toward the heels. Let's do it again. Come up on the top of the toes. This time we're going to lean over to the right. Draw that right knee in. Then you're pressing your chest toward that left thigh and your knees. Nice gentle stretch here on the side. Return back to the center and then roll all the way down to the balls of your feet toward the heels, pressing your chest toward your thighs, your knees. By the way, lift your kneecaps to engage the quadricep, gives a deeper stretch on those hamstrings. Come up on the fingertips and walk it back. Inhale, take it all the way up. Arch back. Exhale, dive the body forward. Look up halfway. Flatten out the palms for Uttanasana. Inchworm to the plank. Walk it back. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and hold the plank. Release your knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale. And exhale. Now this time I want you to walk your feet in toward your palms. And then slowly round it up. Again, always making sure that your head is the last to rise. Tadasana. Nice deep breath. Exhale. Arms go up on the next inhalation. Exhale, dive the body forward. Look up halfway. Flatten out the palms, step back, left, right to the plank. Release your knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale to upward facing dog. Curl those toes under. Exhale to downward facing dog. As you inhale, bring that left knee into your chest. And as you exhale, extend that left leg all the way up. And then bend the knee to open up the hip. Now go ahead and extend that leg. And then bring the foot all the way forward. Let's go ahead and drop that right knee, uncurl the toe, and let's take it to the low lunge. If this is too much strain or stress, feel free to modify by putting the hands here at heart center, or you can actually open up the arms if you like. Now bring those palms together. I want you to rotate and twist. And I want you to press those palms together so that you're uplifting your chest. Your glades is going over that left shoulder. And then you're going to release the right fingertips down, left arm goes up and over. Now we're going to bring both palms down. We're going to curl the right toe under, and we're going to take the leg back to the plank. Release your knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale. And exhale. Now step forward, left, right. Inhale, take it all the way up. Arch back. Exhale, dive the body forward. Look up halfway. Flatten out the palms. This time step back right, left into the plank. Release your knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana. Inhale to upward facing dog. Curl the toes under. Exhale to downward facing dog. As you inhale, that right knee comes into your chest. And as you exhale, that right leg goes all the way back. Bend the knee to open up the hip. Nice deep ujjayi breaths. And then extend that leg. Bring the foot all the way to the fingertips. Release that left knee, uncurl the toe, press your hips down, and let's take it to the low lunge. You guys can see the goodies there. Press the palms together, rotate out. And again, you're looking over that right shoulder. You're pressing your hips down toward the mat and you're breathing. And you're also pressing your palms together to uplift your chest. Okay, so don't slouch your chest on your thigh. Then you're going to release your left fingertips down toward the mat. Right arm goes up and over. And then bring the palms down. Curl the left toe under, right foot back, and release your knee, chest, chin, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale. Curl the toes under. Exhale. Walk your feet in. And then slowly take it up, one vertebrae at a time. Tadasana. Take a deep breath, inhaling. As you exhale, dive the body forward. Place your hands flat on the floor. Walk your feet out right, left to the outer edges of the mat. And as you exhale, release those hips down. And again, using your elbows, your triceps to push down those inner thighs. Bring the palms together at the heart center and bow your head down into Malasana. This is where you give gratitude. It's also opening up the hips. Draw your breath to the tight hip flexors. Just release, relax on the exhalation. Then bring your palms down. And then transition yourself to a comfortable seated position, this time facing forward. You're sitting up nice and tall, making sure that you're on your sits bones and off the fleshy part of your bottom. Your chest is lifted, shoulders are drawn down and back. And again, head is a natural extension of your spine. Just take the fingertips out toward the side. Draw your breath in as the arms go up overhead. And then as we exhale, release the fingertips down toward the mat. Again, inhale, taking all the positive energy. And release all the tension, stress, and negative energy. One more time, nice deep breath. Inhaling. This time we're going to greet the palms together at the very top. Exhale down through the center. And namaste. All right, so this brings us to our meditation portion. If you're just joining us, thank you. If you decide to do the meditation in a seated position, make sure that you're in a nice chair. You're sitting on the edge of your chair and your shoes are off so that your feet are planted firmly against the floor. If you decide to do this meditation in a laying down position, make sure to keep the tongue off the roof of your mouth. That'll hopefully prevent you from falling asleep. It is your job, or it is the purpose of this is to relax your body and to also clear your mind. All right, so right now just kind of get a feel of where you are. Okay, internally, particularly if you just finished doing the yoga, what's going on with your body. That mind-body connection, you should already have it established. But again, it's all about the present moment. So what do you feel right now? I want you to draw your breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to close your eyes and just drop your chin down toward your chest. Now as you inhale, I want your head and chest to go forward. Forehead goes up toward the sky. And as you exhale, release your chin down toward your chest. Again, as you inhale, your head and chest goes up, forehead goes up toward the sky. And as you exhale, release your chin down toward your chest. Just take your time, use your breath. Remember, be patient with yourself. One more time, nice deep breath. Inhaling, head and chest goes up, the forehead goes up toward the sky. This time as you exhale, just bring your chin forward so that your head is a natural extension of the spine. Eyes are still closed. And continue your Ujjayi breathing. Inhaling deeply through your nose. Exhaling through your mouth. As we start to relax the body, remember if there's any thoughts that are coming on in your mind, just gently push them aside and just focus on your breath. Inhaling deeply through your nose. And then exhaling through your mouth. Remember, be patient with yourself. Now let's start with our forehead. Go ahead and scrunch your muscles in the forehead really, really tight. As you inhale, and as you exhale, release and relax the tension in the forehead. On your next inhalation, I want you to squish all the muscles in your face, squint your teeth, clench your teeth together, squint your nose, your cheeks, your jaw, really tight. And then as you exhale, release and relax. Moving on to our shoulders. As you inhale, I want you to hunch those shoulders, take them all the way up toward those ears, squeeze them really tight. And then as you exhale, just release, relax all the tension and stress, let them roll down from your shoulders. Continue to breathe, nice deep Ujjayi breath as we start to relax the remaining muscles in your body. Now I want you to clench your knuckles, your hands really, really tight. I want you to ball them up into a fist, and I want you to bring your palms all the way up to the shoulders so that you're squeezing all the muscles in your upper body across your chest and your upper back. This is as you inhale. And then as you exhale, I want you to release it. Release the fingertips, let the palms go down, extend the arms, relax the chest, relax the upper back. Continue to breathe. Now I want you to draw your belly in toward your spine as you inhale, squeezing it really, really tight. And as you exhale, go ahead and release. Now I want you to squeeze your buttocks really tight. Squeeze those butt cheeks tight as you can get them. Squeeze and hold. And then release. Remember, if there's any thoughts that's lingering around in your mind, just gently push them aside. Continue just to focus on your breath. I want you to stay in this relaxed mode as we start to relax the remaining muscles in your body. Pay no mind to any outside distractions or noises. Just focus on your breath. Now go ahead and squeeze the muscles in your thighs really tight. Hold it. And then release. Now making our way down, go ahead and squeeze the muscles in your calves. And release. Now finally your toes. Go ahead and squint your feet up really, really tight. Squeeze those toes. Ball your feet up as tight as you can get them. And hold it. Hold it. And then release. Relax. Now I want you to draw a nice breath in. Inhaling deeply through your nose. And as you exhale, I want you to release any remaining tension or stress that you may be feeling in any parts of your body. I want you to take the next couple breaths and just enjoy this relaxed state. Focus on your breath, inhaling deeply through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. You're doing good. Now go ahead and take a nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. Again, deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. One more time, nice deep breath, inhaling through your nose and exhale through your mouth. All right, go ahead and open up your eyes as you release, relax, return, refreshed, and calm. You've done something good for yourself today. Thank you for taking the time to meditate with me, and also thank you for taking this 15 minutes out of your day to transform your life. Your word for today is unique. This is Friday, and make it a unique day. I will see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Bye.